and click somewhere in the white outside of the square. And there we go. We have got Davis Middle School. We've got a square. We've got a text box. Now, if you're like me, you're noticing, now wait a minute, now it looks like there's a big hole in my rectangle. So, it's got the words Davis Middle School in it, but I would rather, have the same color as the square, so it looks like one big square. So to do that, make sure you've selected your text box simply by clicking anywhere in the white or up on the line. And when you do, you'll know it's selected because it's got this grayish selection line around it. And again, come back down to the fill color, and we'll want you to choose the same color. And voila. There you go. There you go. You've got Davis Middle School, and you've got the square. But, again, now we've got this line. We don't want a line. We want to make this thing look like it's seamless, like it's just one square, like we didn't have to do anything to it. Come down to line color, and we want no line. Choose no line. We're not trying to match the color or anything like that. Just get rid of the line. So no line. Now, before you do, make sure that you've selected again your text box. And now when we click outside of that, there it is. It's perfect. It's it looks like a rectangle that we've just typed letters into. So that's what we're looking for. I'll tell you what, we're going to do this together one more time a whole lot faster. So select your text box by just clicking in it and press backspace or delete. Well, actually, before you do that, you can see my insertion points blinking next to my words. All I would do is delete my words. Make sure you click out here on the line. There you go. And now there's nothing blinking, no insertion point. Now press backspace. And now click on your square and click backspace. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. One more time. Go down to Auto Shapes. Choose Basic Shapes. And again, choose one of these top 3 rows, not triangles. I'm going to choose the cross or the plus sign. And again, this comes up. Get rid of it. Get rid of it right now. Just press backspace. I don't even know why they have this. I can't stand it. I've tried it with it, and it just screws everything up. So hit backspace. Get rid of it. And now draw from kind of the upper left-hand corner down to about somewhere down on your page. Draw your shape. And there you go. And now fill it in, and again, your fill color. Again, make sure it's selected. Your fill color is that paint bucket being poured out. So click on that. Click on the downward pointing triangle. And again, you could go into Fill Effects. In fact, I'll let you go into Fill Effects right now. Click on Fill Effects. And it's the same thing as the other stuff. You've got gradient and texture and pattern and picture. We talked about this with WordArt. I'm going to go with gradient. I can do 2 colors. And I'll choose 2 different colors here. Yellow and lime. Looks like a 7-Up can. And I'll choose vertical or diagonal. And when I click OK, it should work. Should see some choices down here, but my computer might be just messing up a little bit. So I click OK. Yeah, there we go. So I've got that. Now here's the problem with this. It's going to be incredibly difficult to make your text box fit your pattern. So, but I'll give you, we'll go ahead and do it anyway. I'll give you about 20 seconds to get some sort of a pattern. I'm going to make it 30. I'll give you 30 seconds. Don't spend all your time on the pattern. If at the end of 30 seconds you don't have it, just click on a color and come back. Okay, so by now, if you don't have a color, just click on a color, get back into your shape. Now I'd like you to make a text box. Remember the text box in the drawing toolbar looks like a little newspaper. Click on that text box, draw your text box, and again, like I said, I'm going to have a real difficult time matching up these colors because I did a gradient. You know, it doesn't matter for our practice, but in real life, you wouldn't want this weird looking gradient going on. So again, we'll just leave the font and everything else, and we'll just simply type in there we go. And so we've got our text box, and you can type in, if you didn't get this phrase, take me to your leader, which I'm serious about, then I'd like you to go ahead and just type your initials or anything. So, all right, so we have got a text box, but we need to fill it in. So click on the text box, come down to your fill color again, go to your fill effects or your color, whatever it was, and I'm going to have to redo the whole thing because it's a whole different fill. So go down to yellow, go get lime, wherever that was. There it was. I'll press OK. And you'll notice that, it's not lining up very well. But go ahead and take about 20 seconds to do that same thing. Okay, so by now you should have your text box with color in it, and if you don't have a color, just click any color. Alright, so then we need to get rid of this line. Get rid of this line. So, again, select your text box, come down to this line, looks like a paintbrush, click on that, choose no line, and click out in the white. And of course, hopefully yours didn't do this, but part of mine has disappeared. My computer's not a very good computer, so yours is hopefully all still there. And just click out here, and voila, there is your shape. Now, again, like I said, if you do these gradients and things like that, you do fancy things, it's very tough to line up your text box so it matches your square or whatever you have, your shape. So you'll see that I've got this definite line around it simply from the text box. So you can either do it and like it, or it just doesn't work. So today, when this is done, when you finish watching this, I would like you to please work on lesson 3.9. Alright, so do lesson 3.9. Of course, if you did not get everything finished beforehand, then you need to do up through lessons 3.8. If you're looking for lesson 3.8 because you weren't here on Wednesday, simply go to DMS on Directory File and Print, 8th grade folder, Word 2002 folder, Word S3 folder, and FCT Hawaiian Specials. So I'll say that again. DMS on Directory File and Print, 8th grade folder, Word 2002 folder, Word S3 folder, and then FCT Hawaiian Specials. And then simply save that to your H drive as lesson 3.8. Then after you're finished with lesson 3.9, get from your substitute the project that you're going to be working on. So finish up lesson 3.9, and then get the paper for the project and start working on that. Okay, I'm going to leave you with one more thing. Since you've been such a great audience, like I said, here's one more thing.
Charlie bit me. Ouch! Ouch! Ouch, Charlie! Ow! Charlie, that really hurt. No, Charlie bit me. And that really hurt, Charlie, and it's still hurting.
All right. Have a great day. Again, work on lesson 3.9. Then when you finish that, work on your project. I will see you tomorrow.